Hi, I'm Donna Freeman, and I'm going to be taking you through a Hatha yoga class that is perfect for moving into meditation. So it's going to be lots of groundwork and floor work, get into the hips deeply, and all that kind of goodness. If you would like, you may want to have a yoga block and or a blanket around, just because we will be doing some sitting on the floor and some kneeling activities. So if you want some support for those things, those are great props that you might have around or something similar that you could use. All right, so let's get started. Coming to a comfortable seat, right? Feel free to use a yoga block or sit on the floor or even sit in a chair. Allowing your hands to rest upon your thighs, turning the gaze down. Potentially closing your eyes. Inhaling and exhaling. Settling in. And begin to notice your breath, the inhalation and the exhalation. And initiating that breath deep in your belly, inhaling in the belly and exhaling in the belly. Feel the expansion on the inhale and the gentle recoil on the exhale. One more time like that. Now adding in the ribs. Inhale in the belly, then inhale in the ribs. Exhale in the ribs and exhale in the belly. Inhale belly, inhale ribs, exhale ribs, exhale. Adding in the collarbones. Inhale belly, inhale ribs, inhale all the way up to the collarbones. Exhaling collarbones, exhaling ribs, exhale. Again, inhale belly, inhale ribs, inhale all the way top to the clavicles, exhaling from the top to the middle, to the bottom. Two more times at your own pace. Inhaling and exhaling. Beautiful. And setting an intention for your practice today, one that invites health, harmony, and wholeness into your life. Love. Then bringing your hands together in Anjali Mudra, sealing that intention in, lowering your head with gratitude for this day and for this breath. When you're ready, allow the eyes to flutter open, releasing the hands. Taking a big breath in, arms go wide. Exhale and wrap the arms around yourself and see how deeply you can give yourself a hug. Lovely. All right, and you can stay here with the hands wrapped around to your back, or if you'd like, the wingtips can come up to the sky, or they can come together. And then inhaling, lifting elbows. Exhaling, rounding. Inhale, elbows. Exhale and round. Inhale up. Exhale. Nice. Inhale to neutral. Pause there. And then inhale, take your arms wide. Then the other arm's going to come on top as you give yourself a hug. Okay? Get it in there nice and tight, beautiful big bear hug. That's it, you got it. Again, you can stay here with the fingers on your back or wingtips up, bringing them together as you wish. Okay, 3 deep breaths. Inhale up, exhale and round. Inhale and exhale. One more. Inhale to center. Pause. Your next inhale, take your arms wide. Exhale. And coming into Bharadvas twist. Okay. So one shin is going to come to the side of your mat, and the other foot is possibly going to tuck underneath your leg, or if your knee is happy with it, into half lotus. Okay, whatever you're doing here, this knee needs to be happy and your hips need to be somewhat neutral. Okay, so keeping that in mind and using props as you would like. Okay, nice and tall. We're going to twist away from the feet. So inhale here, exhale, reaching behind, bringing your hand palm out the outside of your leg. And it may just be a little bit, you know, maybe just fingertips, maybe a lot, or maybe you tuck your hand underneath that front thigh. Twisting and turning your head to wherever it feels comfortable. One more deep breath here. To come out of the twist, use the inhalation and then adjust the feet. Okay, so taking them to the other side. And again, maybe the foot tucks under the thigh or into that half lotus position, whatever is available to you today. Okay. Big breath in, exhaling away as we twist. Palm faces out. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, and exhale. Twist a little bit deeper. You can use the leverage of that front hand on the knee. One more breath. Beautiful. Inhaling, bringing it back to center, undoing the legs, and coming onto all fours. If you would like at this point to use a blanket underneath your knees or some type of a support, even folding your mat, feel free to do that. As you come onto all fours, feel free to move around a little bit, forward and back, side to side, and eventually coming into a standard cat-cow. Inhaling, looking up. Exhaling, rounding. Inhale, look up. Exhale and round. Do this a few times, moving at your pace with your breath. Feel free to close your eyes and luxuriate. Enroll in the spine through full range of motion. And then when you're ready, we're going to bring one foot forward. And you just might want to bring a foot forward like that. Or maybe you want to sneak in a little down dog here and then bring a foot forward. You're going to lower the back knee, okay? Coming into this low lunge, feel free to use a block to help and bring yourself up, or you have this conveniently located thigh, and that's what I like to use. Okay. So let's move forward and back a few times, just warming up in the hips, stretching out that hip flexor, okay? And then hang out here. If you'd like to add that back bending element, press into the thigh, begin to lift up through the heart. Maybe your gaze lifts, maybe your arms lift. Big breath in here. Exhale, coming down. Stepping back, whether you step back to all fours or to downward facing dog, it's completely up to you. Eventually, the other foot will come forward. Lower once again onto that back knee. Use a prop if you like. What they're there for. Okay. In and out a few times. Warm up through those hips, stretching deeply in this hip flexor, which is going to help relieve tension in the low back as well. The psoas muscle, lovely psoas muscle. And bringing your hands to your thigh. Begin to lift and draw up. That's it. Maybe you gaze up. Maybe you lift your hands. Find your expression in this pose today. Big breath in. Exhaling. Coming down. We're going to be stepping back. Okay, once again, maybe down dog or all fours if you want to come into child's pose with the knees on the ground. You do you. All right, make sure that it feels good and lovely, wholesome and healthy. All right. And then coming into bound angle pose. So in bound angle pose, this is sometimes called butterfly, right? So bring the feet together, okay, and sit up. If you'd like, you can use a block to adjust the hips and to support the legs, okay? So some people like to take the block and sit on it. That might feel better, okay? Other people will feel a better stretch if they put a block or something to lift the feet, okay? So those are some options of how you can prop in this pose. Inhale, lengthening up to the crown of the head. Exhaling, maybe you hinge forward a little bit. Chin slightly tucks. That's it. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, ease in. One more like this. There you go. Then inhale, coming up, hugging the knees in, rocking a little bit side to side. Lovely. Okay, we're gonna do that pose one more time. This time it's gonna be a little bit more dynamic. So, soles of the feet together. I invite you to take your hands to the outside of your legs. Okay? And we're gonna squeeze in with the hands while we press out with the legs. Okay? Keep doing that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then let it go. That's it. Good. Okay, again. Okay. Press in, press out. Lots of energy through the hips, sitting nice and tall. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Okay. One more. Okay. Lots of energy. Beautiful dynamic stretching. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Ooh. Nice. All right. Maybe you take your legs out, give them a bit of a shake. Second time with that slow holds and breath. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, ease in, finding maybe more space. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and fold. One more. Fabulous. Gently coming up, hugging those knees in. Beautiful. If you'd like, feel free to cup your hands over your kneecaps. Inhale, little baby back bend, lifting up in the heart. Fantastic. All right. Now we're going to get into fire log pose, Anjaneyasana. Okay. And so your shin is going to come parallel to the front of your mat. Okay. And then your other leg is going to stack on top. So ankle stack on knee, and this knee stacks over that ankle as well. Now, as you can see, my hips are not externally rotated, so I don't come down very much. So what I like to do, in fact, is bring up lock and just put my foot slightly in front. That's one way to adjust in this pose. Okay. Inhaling here. If it's available to you, maybe you forward fold. Soften. Let go. And breathe. Inhaling. And exhaling. Deep hip stretch. It's also called double pigeon. So activate your feet, flex them back toward the knees. One more breath. Inhale to come up. Ooh. Yes. Take the legs out, give them a shake. Okay. Then we're going to do the other side. I'll do this side. All right. So shin comes parallel to the front of your mat. Maybe you stack on top. Okay, feel free to use a prop in any way, shape, or form that works for you. Activating the toes, bringing it back. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, hinging forward, deep into the hips. Ooh. Taking your time here, being present with the breath. Gently coming up. Releasing and letting go. All right, now we're ready for rock the baby pose. We've warmed those hips up quite a bit. Let's get a little bit deeper. We're just grabbing onto an ankle, right, rocking it back and forth, rocking that baby. And this might be where you stay. That's a beautiful version of rock the baby. Maybe you want to go a little bit deeper by working the elbows, okay, underneath the leg. Anytime you're bringing that shin closer toward the chest, you're going to get into different areas of the hip. And I like to move around. That's one of the whole reasons for rock the baby. You'll probably find some right there, lovely places to visit in your hips as you move forward and back, side to side, circles. Another version of this is to put your foot into the crease of your elbow, wrap around, and you can rock the baby this way. Lots of versions, trying to keep the toes flexed so that the ankle has integrity and doesn't sickle around and bend. Right? You want that to be nice and straight. And of course here, if you've got really open hips, you can work toward hooking your knee over your shoulder like that, right? But that's the ridiculous part that we never need to get to, because this is a great version, okay? And we've got another side to go, okay? So finding your leg and beginning to rock your baby. A little bit side to side, a gentle movement, gradually maybe adjusting and adapting the pose, making it your own. Variations are more than welcome, right? Yoga is all about you doing you. It's taking you through these options. Toes are active, they're pulling back toward the knee. Maybe the foot goes up or down, bringing it in towards your chest, rock it around, finding that place. For me, I got to bend way over to the side, and then I get a lovely stretch out here in this piriformis. And then again, if you're looking for more, there's always more. You can work the knee over the shoulder and wave hello. Right? All right, fabulous. Ooh, deep hip work, good stuff. All right, so we have one last posture today in this seated hip sequence that is a prep for meditation, for seated meditation. All right, and this is lotus pose. Now, lotus pose is not in my wheelhouse anymore. It used to be, but it isn't. But I love half lotus. So maybe you sit crisscross. Okay? Maybe you sit on a block crisscross. Okay? Those are, you know, nice, beautiful forms of Sukhasana, easy pose. If you'd like to come into lotus, you're going to take one foot and invite it up into the crease of the hip. Okay, so from that rocking the baby, you lift it up and put it as high into that crease of the hip as you can. So here we have a half lotus posture. Making sure that the knee is happy. If the knee isn't super happy, don't do this. Go back to the other versions, right? Listen to your body. So let's see. We'll see. I usually have to move my calf out of the way. Okay, so I grab the calf muscle, roll it up and out. We'll see if this is, oh, look at that. Who knew? Lotus pose. But this isn't comfortable for any length of time. I can get into it but I'm not going to stay. And of course, I'm doing, shaking it out. I'm going to try the other side, see where we're at with that one. Lifting it up nice and high, placing it in the crease of the hip. So half lotus. And let's see. Is full lotus in the works on this side? Yeah, that actually feels even better than the first side. All right. One more breath. Undoing yourself. So I guess never say never. I didn't think it was in my practice. And didn't feel too bad on that second side. But you never need to do full lotus, right? It's just getting into your hips, into your breath. Fabulous. I invite you to find a comfortable place on the ground. Okay. Feel free, if you would like, to have something rolled underneath your knees as you come down. That will give a lovely support to your low back. Taking up as much space as you'd like. Settle in. Maybe take a moment here to flex and then point the toes. Feel free to adjust the lower back. Even lift the head up and place it back down on the ground. And I invite you to place one hand on the belly and one hand at the heart. Tuning into the rise and the fall of the belly and the chest. And if thoughts come into your mind, recognize them as a thought and let it go. If sensations are felt in the body, recognize them and let them go. If you become aware of emotions, recognize them and let them go. Returning each time to the breath. The inhalation and the exhalation. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling on a sigh. One more time like that. Lovely. Becoming aware of your body lying on the ground. Maybe moving the head gently side to side, wiggling fingers, moving the feet. And then in your own time, gently rolling over. Using your hands to press you back into an upright position. And there we go. A lovely hip opening sequence moving into meditation. So if you'd like to, at this point, move into a seated meditation of your choice, please do so. And if this is what you did today with me, I thank you very much for being here. May your hips love you and that you love your hips. I'll see you again. My name is Donna Freeman. It's a pleasure to do yoga with you today. Namaste.